Hey, what's up, guys? I'm so pumped right now. It is Clash of the Cards. Finally, I said I'd bring it to you the state, and I am. And telling you right now, this whole thing isn't biased. Okay, we had about 5 people, decide. Each have different favorites, so it's please. Some wanted this to win, some wanted that to win. And some didn't win, some lost. One lost because we're comparing from COD 4 to Modern Warfare 3, so that's what 5? Yeah, if I'm not retarded or I can count. So look, Clash of Clans. I know it's cheap. It's a little PowerPoint, but so yeah. So let's get this started. So boom. This is how I'm doing it. So we'll start with the campaign. How immersive it is, like how it brings you and how exciting, how it like oh, I'm into this. Um, how immersed you are. So that's 1 to 10. Stories 1 to 10. The plot, the story. If it's not retarded and written by a 3-year-old. Conveyance. What conveyance is like you're not confused. It like clearly says how to do stuff and where to go without making you look like an idiot. Like it's a difference between conveyance and common sense. If there's something right in front of your eyes and you're too stupid to like go through it, that's not bad conveyance. That's just you're a moron. So conveyance, characters, how deep the characters are, how affected you are by the characters. Gun to country. This is an accuracy score. Like the guns, like people having the guns. Do the guns belong to the country that they're from? And you're battling. Duration, how long the campaign was, and realism. Realism 1 to 10 again. How realistic it is, if it would happen, if it could happen. Opinion is just 1 to 3, and we all pretty much gave. I pretty much just gave all of them a 3 right off the bat, so it's pretty much equal. So I didn't even have to put that in. Now multiplayer in general, which is the average of all maths, physics, innovation, customization, and all those, and in general. So it's the average of that. So maps, how good the maps, how well planned out they are. Not if I just don't like this. It's just how the air. How like thought out they are, how well like domination, demolition, where are like the objectives, is it good? Physics, knifing, jumping, all that good stuff. And by the way, I'm gonna explain all the scores I give, so don't be worried. Customization, how well you can customize um yourself in the game, in multiplayer. Organization, how the game is organized, how it looks, the interface. Mic is very important. You might be like, wow, Mike, okay, but like if you can't, it's the whole point of it. Multiplayer is multiplayer. Play with it. So mic is a big part. So how clear the mic is, 1 to 10. Entertainment, how entertaining the multiplayer it is, 1 to 10. Sounds 1 to 10, important too. Everything sounds the same, or if it sounds realistic. Attachments 1 to 10, very important too, because you can't have standardized attachments and like one. This is with accuracy too. Accuracy of the gun, if it's real. You can't have this one attachment if it doesn't belong in real life. And variety, like the variety of guns and the variety, and opinion 1 to 3, of course. So, and miscellaneous. All right. It's just I don't really know what to put in the campaign multiplayer, so I just called it miscellaneous. So gun selection. Okay, 1 to 10 in the whole game. Gun accuracy, how accurate the guns are in the game, and the extra and one. So those both are 1 to 10. Extra feature is 0 or 5. So it's not like 0 to 5. Does it have an extra feature or it doesn't? And I didn't like put that too much power. I put that with how the extra feature is together, so it equals 10. So how well the extra feature was made or planned out is 1 to 5. So yeah, so let's get started. Yeah, crappy transition. Alright, let's do this first. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Alright. I'm excited. Alright, so boom, that's the title. Again, crap transitions. And, alright, so immersive. This is the campaign. campaign was very immersive. So I gave it a 9 because, like, the price missions was priceless. I mean, like, I love them. You just, like, oh, you're, like, deep into it. It gave you kind of, like, a decision who you want to shoot, or he told you. Really cool. Story 8. Okay, it was a very well planned out story, and I think the story was good, and it led into 3 Modern Warfares, and they all pretty had good stories. So give it an 8. Conveyance. There wasn't really any part in the campaign. Oh, I mean, there was. That's why I gave it a 7. I took some points off. Because some parts, I'm not going to be too specific. Some parts you're just, like, kind of like running around, and you don't really know where to go, and it takes you a few minutes to realize, So I gave it a 7. And again, this is not me. This is. Alright, so 9. Okay, I gave it a 9 because the characters, you really liked the characters. We had Price and we had all the others. I'm going to reference Price a lot because he was a big part of it. And so the characters, like, if Price died, everybody would be, like, heartbroken. Price was, like awesome. A lot of people on forums I looked, Gun to Country. It wasn't that great. Like, most of the time we had the right gun, so I gave it a 5 right off the bat. And the other team, the enemies didn't really always have it, so I just gave it 1 point up, so 6. Duration was pretty long. This is kind of depending on. I looked on forums how long they said, and it was around 5 to 8 hours, and nothing's really above 10 hours. So I just scored it on how many hours it took. So I averaged it. I said how many I did how many hours it took me. So 7. Innovation is based on the last game. So it's COD 3. Innovation is it was a lot. There was a lot of innovation, but it was really, this is the campaign. Remember, it was really just all I gave it points for having Modern Warfare. That's like a big step, but it was just like campaign on, and I gave it like kind of like 3 points for that. I based it off of 3 points for like having it like new guns, and 3 points from like immersive missions, like price missions. So 6. I mean, it's just still the campaign. I mean, you're still going around and doing like missions, and it's just one mission by one mission, one objective to the next. It's not like too different from COD 3. Realism. Will this really happen? I gave it a kind of a low score because I mean it didn't happen yet. It didn't happen. So of course, like all the Modern Warfares are gonna get low scores on realism, and also Black Ops will, because Black Ops, they don't really know what happened, but they did a good job with it. But I'm not in Black Ops yet. So yeah, it didn't really happen yet, so we don't know. So I gave it a low score. But I did give it, halfway because, okay, this is, like kind of like World War III. Modern Warfare 3 had a little like flip of the M. It's like World War III. So I gave it 5. Opinion, I love the COD 4. It was very immersive. So I gave it 3. Alright, so I gave 3 to everyone, so it's pretty much just extra 3 points. COD 4 multiplayer. Alright, let's see this. Loved by a lot of people. In general, it was a 6. We can't really talk about that. Maps. The maps were good. Shipment, I'm going to just talk about Shipment. Shipment wasn't like the best because you had ground war domination or demolition on it, which I took off points for. But, broadcast was really planned out. I'm bringing specifics. And, they were, like, really good. It was an 8. It was an 8 score. So, let's go on next. Physics, 8. Physics, I mean, reloading was a little blocky. That's why I didn't give it, like, a 9 or a 10. Hand movements, physics. But, you jumped off, you got hurt, obviously. You knifed pretty well, so you don't really score low on physics. So I gave physics high for a COD 4. Innovation, 10. Multiplayer, kill streaks, customized classes, camos, like modern weapons, 10. Solid 10. Done. Now, customization. This is now remember, it's not compared to the last COD. It's compared to all the CODs. It's compared to COD 4 to Modern Warfare 3. So this had almost the lowest customization score because you could customize what classes and the camo and the attachment. So compared to all the others, that's not the best. And COD 5 didn't really get a good score for that. I think it got lower, the same. Organization. It was organized. I can't really say it's not, but I took off points. What really bothered me. This is my opinion. I took off like 2 points. That you couldn't. Multiplayer was all the way on the bottom. You can't see it. Multiplayer is a big part of people, and you can't. To go to multiplayer, you can't push the analog stick up to go to the bottom. So and there was a lot of glitches in the matchmaking. It didn't show you how many people were on. The custom classes didn't show you the picture on the side. You had to pick it. You had to press on it to see. You had to see what gun you were using. You had to go to custom class and you had to press on the class to see what it was. It didn't show you the picture when you're just highlighting it like Modern Warfare, like Modern Warfare 2 and COD 5. The mics were god awful. Not only was it a muffled sound, you couldn't hear people half of the time. You couldn't in a party. You couldn't really hear people, and it was muffled. So the COD 4 mic was not the best. Honestly, it was not the best. Entertainment 7, because COD 4 quick scoping was just so awesome. I didn't give it a 7 because remember this is compared to all the CODs. Didn't have a customizable kill streak, so it was just gun on gun. They gave game mode, so that's why I put it high. Innovation and entertainment kind of go together when you're talking about COD 3. The multiplayer didn't have custom classes, or it didn't have, custom classes. I think I got off topic there. Entertainment. I almost said entertainment. But sounds. Everything sounded the same. I gave it a very low score. As soon as you join a match, everything sounded the same. You couldn't tell a gun from a gun. In the other games, you kind of if you heard it from the other side of the map, you kind of knew what gun it was, which is pretty cool. COD 4, no. They didn't have distinct sounds. Attachments were kind of standardized. They weren't that accurate. I gave it a low score. Yeah, it wasn't so much standardized like Modern Warfare 2, but gave it kind of low score. Variety, you don't see a lot of guns there. Okay, you don't. Submachine guns, no. Sidearms. It was just pistols, which you gave 5, just like COD 5. Snipers, it was 5. That's a lot for snipers. No, that's not. That's not a lot for snipers. But it still had a lot of guns. But in some classes, like shotguns, some light machine guns only had 3, and numbers like that. And opinion, I love COD 4 multiplayer. Who doesn't? COD 4. Whoa. Well, don't. No! Oh, wait, what the hell am I doing? I just did multiplayer. Alright. Well, on the right track. COD 4 miscellaneous. That was a little emphasis. Alright, so, gun selection and gun accuracy. Gun selection, I gave it a 6, because, come on, the RPG was is friggin' World War II. Desert Eagle, you don't need Desert Eagles. It's okay in warfare. It was just for the Israelis, it was just to, puncture, armor and, tanks and stuff like that in a compact form. So you don't need the Desert Eagle. The shotguns, were kind of old. So I gave it a kind of low score. Gun accuracy, boy, it wasn't the best at all. The M4, I'm just gonna really give one specific because I don't want this to be too long, but Kind of like the M4 Carbine is supposed to be 3 bursts. M4 Carbine. I'm pretty sure I'm the Kaigun Guru. Kaigun Guru, that's my channel. I kind of knew it. So, M4 Carbine, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 3 bursts. You know, they didn't put the M4A1, which would have been more accurate. Extra feature? Nope, doesn't get 5 points. And I can't judge it, so I kind of lost 10 points right there. So, Call of Duty World at War. Let's see. COD 5 campaign. Immersive. It was very immersive. It had surprises, ambushes, people dying. It was like, you know, the team actually killing people, people on your team actually dying. It was very, you know, very immersive. It was World War II. It's real. It's picture story. Very good story. It was, you know, not as developed as like Modern Warfare's, because, you know, I had to do it from scratch, but the story was like right on, like on Modern Warfare, on real life, you know, World War II. So I mean, yeah, that was pretty freaking cool. Conveyance. There was not really any parts at all where you didn't know where he was going, and there's a difference between, like, you know, your whole team stops, you stop with them, and they start to talk, you stop. Like in I think it was Semper Fi, the very first level, and, you know, like I said, I'm only gonna give like one example. You're walking along, and there are all these dead Japanese, and like, what is it, like Roebuck or whatever the hell his name is like, oh, has the other troop already been here? And, you know, your whole team stops, so, you know, you wouldn't want to go on. You stop with your team and let them talk. So, you know, there's a difference between surprise and conveyance. And it always had that little marker of where on the compass where your objective is. So that was good conveyance. Characters 9. There was a part. Sorry, I just took a deep breath. There was a part. You know, one example. Remember, there was a part at the end. I think the last level where Roebuck or that other like sergeant or private or whatever rank he was. Like, you have to pick who to save, which was really cool, and it gave, throughout the whole game, it gave you a really good connection between the characters, and so you had to pick, and if Roebuck died, or whatever the hell his name is, yeah, I'm kind of contradicting myself, like, oh, the characters are so, you could remember them, it's so good, and I don't even know what the name is, but yeah, it was Roebuck, and he died, and like, they had, like, the cutscenes, before each match, it had each of the, like, it had, like, the little military channel thing, and it was, really cool, because when, like, people died, it would, like, show, like, their anger, or their sorrow, so, characters pretty cool. Even the game, I cared for the characters, and so it made us really connect. Gun to Country 10, you couldn't really go wrong, and it's kind of like cheating to have a World War II game, you know, with the Gun to Country, because it's Gun to Country. You had American weapons or Russian weapons. They had German or Japanese weapons. It wasn't like mixing up who you're fighting. It was just Russian on German and American on Japanese. So things are wrong with that. Duration. The duration, it was as long as Modern Warfare 2. It was, you know, it was as long as COD 4. It was a little shorter. You know, I looked at forums, COD 5 campaign length, and it was about 5 to 7 hours. Took me 7 hours. Took Phil 7 hours on normal, or me on hardened. So 7. Innovation, gave it a very low score because it was how many freaking World War II games, you know? It wasn't really innovating from COD 4. Like, remember, innovation is from the COD before. So it was a downgrade, in fact, from COD 4. So, very low score. Realism, obviously, has to be realistic. It was, they really looked into it. You look at the credits, they looked it up. They did a lot of research on the realism on World War II. So, realism 9. Opinion, I love COD 5 campaign. COD 5 multiplayer. Oh, okay, emphasis, okay. General, okay. Maps, 8. The maps were really thought out. They were really historically detailed. They had to do with the campaign. It was great. You can't really go wrong on maps. The flag captures and the war were in cool places. They in war, which was really cool. One specific thing. It actually named the places where the flag was, like in the kitchen or whatever. So hi, on maps 8. Physics 8, you can't go wrong in physics. Like I said, the knifing was a little bad, slow, weird. Jumping off, you die, running, okay. Can't really go wrong in physics. Innovation. Innovation from the last COD, not really. Say everything's pretty much the same, except for World War II. That's pretty much it with the innovation. So you can't go really low or high on innovation, so I just put it in the middle. So customization, customization is 5, because COD 4 had. Wait, why is customization 5? I don't know, but because I thought I was gonna give it a 4, but I guess I put a point higher. It doesn't really matter in the long run because the winners they're pretty. It's pretty spaced out, so 1 point wouldn't really matter. But customization because the attachments went to the right gun. It wasn't like all standardized, and that's why I put customization high. And I wanted to make it 4 equal out because it wasn't standardized, but it didn't have camos. So that's why I was gonna put it low. I mean, not low, 4, because you couldn't really customize. Organization, you could actually see the picture when you're over the class. So organization, pretty much the same as COD 4, but I sort it the same. It's better with you could see the pictures, but you have to go through like so many menus to get to, it felt like I think it was the same, but it felt so much, because of all the loading, that's why, because all the loading was, loading hard drive and, the player stats and stuff like that. It took forever to get to, the multiplayer. That's why I put organization on a 7. Mike was fine, 9. Entertainment, not as, I don't remember what I gave COD 4, but entertainment, it was really fun. Boom, it's gun on gun, just like COD 4, it's pretty much the same thing. So entertainment wasn't as fun as exciting. You got dogs, boom, you die. Can't really say anything too great about COD 5 entertainment. Same as COD 4. Sounds. Every gun had a different sound. It's great. You heard it. You heard it throughout the whole map, and it's great. Attachments not standardized. Went with the gun. Was right. Perfect. Solid 10. Variety, not that much variety. I mean, pistols had 5. Only pistols as a sidearm, just like COD 4. But some machine guns only 4. Snipers only 5. It didn't really give too much variety. Opinion: I love COD 5 multiplayer. I love them all. Yeah. COD 5 miscellaneous. Yeah. Where you going? Alright, whatever. Gun selection, 10. Can't really go wrong on World War II. Gun accuracy, 9. The only thing I took off was it would have been good, but the Type 99 sight was a little off. It's supposed to be kind of like a leaf sight, kind of like on the Browning. So I took off of that. Extra feature, yep. And extra feature, 5, because zombies, yeah, freaking amazing. And, oh, there it is. Okay. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Yeah. Crappy transition. Campaign. All Infinity Ward campaigns are so immersive. It's not even funny. Action around every corner. Story. Makarov. 2 things going on at once. With Shepard. 2 villains. Really cool. Conveyance, you had the thing on the, you had the objective always there, not bad conveyance. Characters, when Soap died, got burned, wow, everybody felt it. When you got stabbed, Soap you know, everybody was like, "Oh no, your character's dying." Shepard, when he turned on it, was like, "Whoa, bitch." And Makarov just really felt hate for him. So 9. That's the country. Wow, this was bad. I mean, barely half the time. I didn't give it as low as I could have, but half the time we had the right guns, half the time they had the right guns. So 3 and 3, 6. Duration pretty long, pretty decent. They're pretty much the same length, I guess. Innovation, from COD 5 and from COD 4. Same thing. It's really COD 4 and COD 5. So still gun on gun. Nothing really different. Maybe you could, kind of like decide a few things with the price missions, but you could have done that in COD 5 and COD 4 too. So, realism, will this really happen? Probably not. Maybe, same thing with the World War III thing, like I said in COD 4. So, there. An opinion of, it was so action-packed, it was cool. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, general, 7, alright. Maps, 8. The maps are great. Terminal was my personal favorite. Russ was like just a box. That's really, I took off for that. I hated that. And really the maps were pretty cool, like Underground, Overgrown, that was brought back into COD 4. Were good. So it's really cool. They were really thought out. They had good paths and stuff. They had good spawns. Physics, physics are always good. Innovation from COD 5. Well, this is the multiplayer. I'm going to change that to freaking like an 8. So I'm going to write down quickly. I did Modern Warfare 3 first. So, change Modern Warfare 3 score. So innovation should be like an 8 from COD 5. Freaking everything. Customization and innovation kind of go together with the kill streaks, yeah, you know what? I would actually just put it up 1 point, which wouldn't really change anything, because everything was the same except, titles and emblems. There we go. So I'll put it up to an 8, 7, 8. Titles and emblems, a little more customization, a little more thought, a little more oomph into the game. Customization, like I just said, classes, with a lot more camos. Camos in general from COD 5, more camos from COD 4. You got the titles and emblems. It was really cool. You got the a lot of attachments, but they weren't standardized, so that's why I didn't really give it a 9. And they were standardized, and and the kill streak, which is cool. Organization 9. You actually saw, like I said in COD 5, you saw the picture, the class that you were highlighting next to it. Yeah, it was just all, all sorted out. The menu screen wasn't all these, like, million things, like options, this and this and this. It was, it was the 3 main things. So organization was really good. Mic 4, garbage, kind of staticky, like, just like COD 4. Entertainment. Love the multiplayer. I look on forums. I just don't do this with my opinion. It's not biased. Look on forums, and I talk to the ACP, the 45 ACP, ACP team. That just didn't sound right. 45 ACP team, I guess I'll call it. And I loved it too. It was great. A lot of people liked it. So entertainment on the multiplayer was great. With all the customization. Sounds good. You could tell guns apart, not like COD 4, so you can't really go wrong with that in Modern Warfare 2. Attachments, all standardized, some didn't belong, 4, and variety, 6. It gave more guns than COD 5, gave more guns than COD 4. But, like, for Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops, less. And opinion, and for variety, I pretty much took off a lot of points being compared to Black Ops, because Black Ops with the SMGs and the assault rifles was just, just blew it away. So opinion 3, great. Boom, miscellaneous. Gun selection, 6. Old guns, like I said, the model, forget it. Desert Eagle, forget it. RPD, forget it. Gun accuracy, they weren't that accurate either. A little better than COD 4, but still on the iffy side. Because the Vector, the Chris, Vector or Chris, you could call it, sights or whatever. Some were bad. That's the one example, but I gave it a 6 because it was a lot. RPD had no back sights. All right, so extra feature. It did have an extra feature, and I put a 3 because it didn't have any map hacks. It just had some missions. They didn't really put too much effort into it, as much as they could have, like Modern Warfare 3, but I'll get to that later. And boom, Call of Duty Black Ops. No transition. Okay, Black Ops campaign. Immersive. It was not as immersive as it was a mindfuck. You had all these numbers, and it was all this flashbacks, and it was really cool. Not an immersive action, but more immersive as mindfucky and amazing. Story 8, pretty cool story. Can't go wrong with the story. You could go wrong. It was it was pretty cool. There was these 4 people. You're going after them in 06. Pretty cool. Reznov, he was an imaginary. It was pretty cool. Conveyance, you can't go wrong with Conveyance either. Just all the objective all the time. Characters 6. You felt deeply for some characters, but not all of them. Not as much as the other games. Reznov was cool, and then you could barely remember. I could barely remember the other ones. Gun to Country 5. Half the time we had them, half the time they had them, maybe a little less. That's why I gave it less than Modern Warfare 2. Duration 6. It could be a 7. I gave it a 6 because on forums I look on forums a lot for the duration, and they say it, and I talk to people how they finished it. 6. Remember, it's not biased. Innovation on the campaign was amazing. It had these codes. If you pause it at certain points, it has this code that you the code, and it's really innovation. I should have gave it 10, but 10 is perfect. Realism. Knowing Treyarch with COD 5 and looking at the credits, they really went in depth looking at the Black Operations Squad, whatever, group, and they really put effort, and it was, I looked it up myself, did some research, and it was pretty accurate with what happens. But they also, with the realism, they also put their own story to it, so it'll actually be like a Call of Duty. Opinion 3, pretty good. Multiplayer. General 8. Maps, can't go wrong with maps. Nuketown, I hate it. But the others were planned out well. Nuketown was planned out well, too. It had the 2 houses for snipers, it gave 4. I had the had the truck and the bus, so you could jump in the truck and look at the other side of the map. The bus blocked off, so you had to creep around the corner. That's one example. Physics. Physics. You can't go wrong with physics. You can't go wrong. Innovation. 10 innovation. Friggin'. If you saw in my trailer, the change. I said it changed the. Well, I didn't say it, but my script, it changed Call of Duty history for CODs to come. Treyarch games anyway. Because customizable, money, the emblem thing, wager matches, combat training, gold camo, and I know I'm forgetting one. I know I'm forgetting. Oh, and kill streaks. You have to buy them. You don't just you unlock things, but you also have to buy them. It was great. Customization. Customization 10. I just pretty much explained all of them. Organization 9. It was pretty organized. I mean, the classes, you could see them when you're highlighting them. I keep bringing that up. all the barracks, all your files. Oh, it's a file share with the innovation and customization. But organization, had the file share, 6 slots. It was the file share organizer thing, all well planned out. Your player card, which was cool, was there. Mike 10, you heard him pretty much all the time. It was clear as hell. Entertainment, yeah, it got a little boring after a while. But it was still, it was still fun. All the kill streaks, I should give that a little higher. So, I should give that a 7. So I'm gonna put it up 1 point. Because remember I did this a while ago. I checked it today. I scanned through it. Okay, I did the big parts. Like I did customization. I did organization. I didn't look at entertainment. I did look at the campaign stuff and miscellaneous. So I didn't. I guess I didn't look at entertainment and a few others. Well, not a few others. This is pretty much the only one. Because I didn't look at Black Ops too much. I pretty much looked at COD 5 and Modern Warfare 3 because I recently played them. So entertainment, yeah, 7, 6. Sounds, you could tell what guns they are. It was good sounds. It was, attachments, 10. A lot of attachment choices, and they were all belong to them. Solid 10. Really cool. Also, customization, reticles, boom. I just remembered with attachments. Variety, assault rifles, one after another. Snipers, 4. Secondaries, you got a lot of pistols, you got a lot of launchers. You got the crossbow and you got the specials, which were cool. And some machine guns up to kazoo. Shotguns, 4. And yeah, an opinion, boom, 3, like always. This is cool. Boom. Black Ops Miscellaneous. Okay. Gun selection, 7. They picked okay guns. Maybe the UG didn't belong, or the famous. Not that type. That was like a different variety of FAMAS that didn't belong. And gun accuracy, like standardized sights was a big problem. I took off the most points for that. Extra feature, yep, there was, and it was a 5. Zombies kick-ass. Modern Warfare 3, I'm sorry, I got lazy at this, with this, text. And campaign. Immersive. 10, solid 10, there's friggin' action around every corner. Oh, what was that? Okay, story, it was the end of a sequel, it was really great. Conveyance. There was some parts, like there was this manhole part that you would open a manhole, and I was looking at the toilet, and it's just like a little bit. He opens it on the ground, he doesn't say anything, and I was looking for like 10 minutes around for somewhere to go. It didn't like show any like objective marker. Characters, Makarov, you really felt hatred. That's why I really gave points for that. I would have gave like a 2 if he didn't die, but because the characters were just kind of like remakes of Modern Warfare 2. And Guns and Country was Guns and Country was 6 because like I said, you have for the most part like M4s on the American side, and and then I just gave 1 point for them because sometimes they had the right guns. And sorry for that pause on characters. I was just talking to somebody. So duration, it was a 6, kind of like always. Like most of them are. Depends what time you finish. I look on forums for Call of Duty. Innovation. Modern Warfare 3 campaign was just like Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, kind of the same thing, flowed together. Okay, not really anything big. Black Ops, kind of like a downgrade with all like the mine, amazing fuckiness, realism. Because in World War II they were attacking a lot of big cities, which they would if it ever happened. Then what am I saying? They? I don't know what I mean by that. But the enemies. I mean, attacking the big city. So, okay, if it happened, that, I guess the story would, work. And Opinion 3 is amazing. Oh, okay, no, cool transition. Oh, okay, there we go. General, okay, boom. Maps, everybody hates the maps, but I gave it a decent score because I think they're planned out. But I also didn't give it like a 7, 8, or 9 because in Domination I play a lot. The points are everywhere. They're the spawns, the points. Sometimes you spawn by B. It's all messed up. Sometimes you're like in between 2 points. It's ridiculous. Physics. This is the only one I scored low for physics because knifing. You knife someone, they don't die, and they're in the back of you. And look, you die. You just lost your mob. 23 kill streak. Innovation. Boom. Okay, had strike packages. Has all your brought back titles and stuff like that from Black Ops. Because remember, innovations from the last game or plural games. Customization 8. Okay, same as Black Ops. Well, a little lower than Black Ops, but had a lot of customization with strike packages and camos and proficiencies. Organization, fine, just like Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. Mic, you can't hear people a lot, but you could hear clearly, but you can't hear half the time like COD 4, so I gave it a 1 up. Entertainment, love it. Okay, you put in the MOB, secret, strike packages, beautiful, beautiful. Sounds, 9. Because, sounds, can't go wrong with sounds. Just like Black Ops, you hear them, the gun. Attachments, they're not standardized, that's good. So that's why I gave it a high for that, because in the others, they're standardized. So I gave it a high. Variety, like some assault rifles, just like Modern Warfare 2. It was just, I pretty much gave it the same score as Modern Warfare 2, because submachine guns not too high. Shotguns. Shotguns are pretty high. That's why I gave it 5. But the others, not a lot of guns. In opinion, multiplayer is great. Ooh, okay, no. Okay, I guess I got lazy. Modern Warfare 3, miscellaneous. Gun selection, they put the models back in. They put the deagles back in. Like, come on, okay? We don't need this. We don't need it. So that's one example. Gun accuracy model. What the hell is that? It's not even a gun. Like, it's not. They made it look like it's freaking like from Star Wars, but one freaking from 1887. Are you serious? And that's one example. Gun accuracy. Standardized sights. So, extra feature 5. We got one extra extra feature. How it was, I want to give it like a 10 because they put so much effort into it. Now it's not as fun to a lot of people and to me personally as zombies, but they put a lot of effort into it with survival mode and missions. The missions are so fun. It's not even funny. It's really cool. Oh, spinning. Okay, dark. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, okay. And, boom. So, go check out this, gameplay of the winner. You guys ready for the winner? Are you ready? Are you ready for the winner? Well, here it is. Boom. Go.